Hey guys, it's Muffin. Welcome back to set 6. I've been running a lot of Cho'gath or Kog'maw, going for 5 Mutant, kind of with a Bruiser mix, and I figured I'd show y'all one of my best games. Because it's a really fun comp, it's a lot of variance, because Mutant changes every game, so you kind of change who your carry is going to be almost every game, which I really like, I really enjoy. Adds a little bit of spice and variety. So here at 2-1, after killing all the minions, I have just a ton of units, but I do have Kog'maw and Kassadin, the 2 cheapest mutants, so it's already a good start for them. So you can pretty much sell most of these other ones. And I also want to level up to 4 to get Kassadin out. This is probably your ideal setup. Garen and Kassadin are both Protector. Garen's and Graves are both Academy, and then Graves and Kog'Maw are both Twin Shot. So you've got your protection, and then you've got your damage dealers. We also have a 2-star Graves, which is going to be our main carry for the first little bit of the game. But he will fall off. He's a 1 cost, and he doesn't have very many late game synergies. But for right now, he's going to help us win streak. That's our main goal. We also went with our first augment being Sunfire Board. I really like Sunfire Board because it just does solid damage to everyone on their enemy team. Makes it so you can put better tank items on Cho instead of putting a Sunfire cape on him. So I really like it. And here we get our Malzahar, so instant 3 mutant here at 2-2. All right, and the mutant bonus for this game is Metamorphosis. Every 2 seconds, all the mutants gain 18 armor and magic resist, and 10 attack damage and ability power. That's at 3 mutant. At 5 mutant, it goes up to 25 armor and magic resist, and 20 attack damage and ability power, so almost double the attack damage. It stacks up to 5, so basically, as long as the fight goes, up until about 10 seconds, our mutants just keep on getting stronger, more tanky, and more attack power, which is great. It's just amazing. So I level up to 5 and throw Malzahar in, just so we can keep win streaking and sell all the units to get our econ, to get that 1 gold every turn. And we've got a pretty strong early setup. I think as far as mutant goes, this is about as perfect as it can get. Even Cho'gath I don't think is that good this early, because he would take 2 units off the board. And we're mostly going to sit slow roll for our units. While if we can get gold Kassadin, that will be cool, but he's by no means pertinent. He's actually one of the weakest units in mutant, and we'll probably change him out for Kai'sa later on early if we don't get that gold Kassadin, especially because we're going to move more towards a bruiser defense later on instead of protector. So he's probably going to get moved out to Kai'sa, meaning that our 2 stars, our 3 stars, and our 4 stars are mostly going to be the ones we're rolling for. So we're trying to get to level 7, level 8, and just roll for them. All right, it's the second carousel, and we get this Katarina with the chain vest, and bruisers get a lot of health, and when you have a unit with a lot of health, normally the items you want on them are defense. Cho'gath's cast gives him like stacks for bonus health anyway, so you really want defense on him, as well as maybe healing, whereas you really don't need like a Warmogs too much, I don't think. Especially if you manage to get 4 bruiser, then he just has so much health, so you don't want him taking full damage constantly. So armor's really best for Cho. That's gonna go on Garen for now, and we also hit him 2-star and get a second Malzahar, and there's Cho'gath. I don't throw him in immediately. Like I said, he's not super relevant because we don't have our bruiser set up, so he's gonna sit on our bench for a second. And our 2 stars Academy are just wrecking shop, but then we do get a bruiser Zac, and while I think this is technically weaker, now we have that bruiser. Maybe he'll get some of those stacks from his cast that make him a little bit more healthy, which are really gonna ramp up late into the game. As well as, it can't be understated how sometimes you have to make fast decisions, and the less fast decisions you pile up all at the same time, I think that's very valuable, because if you set yourself up to do things a little early, it gives you less room to make big mistakes. And so while yes, I think right now I'm technically weaker, if I had to swamp around a whole bunch of units, constantly keeping track of who's on the board, like the second that I'm like rolling and everything, I'm a little slow. I think that it helps me out a lot, and it just kind of clears up our bench a bit, which is always nice, always looks pretty. We're still leaving in Graves because he gives the twin shot to our Kog'Maw, giving him a chance to attack twice, which I think is better than having a Kassadin who is just an extra mutant. He's not really attacker anyway, so I think giving Kog'Maw a better attack is better. The Crux give us a belt and a tier, which I decided to make into a redemption. And yeah, look at Cho. He's already starting to get big even as a 1-star unit. We managed to pull a 2-star Kog'Maw at 3-2. And really what we're waiting for is probably a Mundo. He'd be worth trading in the Graves, and we'd also be able to get with our Kassadin a 5 mutant and still keep the 2 bruiser, almost doubling the mutant bonus, which I think would be better for Kog'Maw as well, giving you ability power and attack damage. We do lose to this Arcanist build though. Yeah, Arcanist with a Chemtech Twisted Fate. Interesting. He also has the augment that duplicates the unit with the most health, so he's got 2 Swains on the board, which is kind of not a bad front line because they heal themselves. And yeah, we lose. We're already pretty set at being first, but this guy's going to be our main antagonist. And for our second augment, we decided to go a Bruiser emblem. We already have a way better standard united because of our mutant bonus, as well as Sharpshooter isn't super important, I don't think. I really want to make our Cho'gath as beefy as possible, so grab the Bruiser emblem. So we level up to 7 to throw in Mundo and put that Bruiser emblem on Kassadin, giving us 4 Bruiser, 5 mutant at at 3-3, we basically have our entire comp right now. Kassadin is going to be replaced with Kai'sa at this point. We're nowhere close to a 3-star, and she's just going to be better for us. Last unit, probably an Urgot for the 3 chem tech, as well as giving us twin shot on Kog'maw. So there's a little bit that we're still looking for, but mostly we just want a 3-star Cho'gath and 3-star Kog'maw, I think. Maybe even 3-star Malzahar. Goodbye, Graves. And this guy's contesting us for Kog'maw, but we're so insanely more powerful that it doesn't even matter. And on the third carousel, we go for an Urgot with a cloak. We don't have room for him right now, so we can just sell him and give Cho'gath a stone plate. Do I not sell him? What the fuck? And for some reason, I hold on to him for like 3 rounds. Keeping our win streak, but I really should have sold him to make this stone plate on Cho'gath. And finally, I do at Wolves. I'm really lucky that I was strong enough to not die at that. Yeah, that was a little unnecessary. That I didn't need to wait so long. And here we are, 4-1, and even beating this bodyguard syndicate with mostly 2 stars. And all of our bruisers are still 1 star. Though we are at 50 gold, we can start rolling pretty soon to get all of our 2 stars, 3 stars. We have a 2-star Cho'gath now. And yeah, I decided to start slow rolling. We also got 2 Nico's helps, which is going to help us get a 3-star Cho'gath. 4th carousel, and we're last pick, which is a sad side effect of being just so dang good at the game. So we get this Braum with a giant belt, and I decided to level up to 8 and throw in Urgot, and then make a Warmogs on the Cho'gath. At this point, I don't think we really get any more item components, and I thought the Warmogs would get us way more benefit than the Sunfire Cape. We already have the Sunfire board, and Cho'gath actually doesn't spend too much time next to units before he kills them or before they die. So I didn't think an endurance item like a Sunfire Cape was really important late game, whereas Warmogs just gave him an extra 1,000 health. I think it's 1,000 health. And we are win streaking like hell. At 4-6, we get our 3rd and final augment. It's a radiant, not radiant, but it's like one of the special augments. A new recruit, so 1 max team size, 2 enforcers or 2 socialites. 2 enforcer only really disables the unit with the most health on the enemy team, and adding 1 new recruit didn't seem like it would do a whole lot for my comps. We don't really need another tank or carry, so I decided to do socialite, giving us plus 20% damage as well as 5 mana every 2 seconds, so they'll cast a little bit more often. And the socialite is in a really weird spot, but that's definitely going to be a Cho'gath. Kog'maw on the second line is that's a weird play, dude. Especially at this point, he doesn't have very many items on him either, just the Giant Slayer. So yeah, Cho'gath goes in the spotlight. Even though he's so dang big, he barely fits in it. And now we're starting to get to the point where people are able to kill our Cho'gath, which hasn't happened in 8 rounds. He's still 2-star, as well as both our Zac and our Moondar are 1-stars as well. So while we're still keeping a decent lead and have a good win streak, we really want to start getting more units to beef up our front line so that no one's able to get back to our squishy Kog'Maw. And it's hard to tell what's going on here, but this is 2 Scions, 2-star, versus our Cho'gath. And our Cho'gath is just able to absolutely just chomp on this Scion, proving that he is the superior Colossus. I've seen people debating, but if you have the right mutants and the right items, I absolutely love Cho'gath way more than Scion. Though Scion is pretty good, I just like my big bug more. Damn, I just rolled right past the Kai'sa. Damn, that was stupid. But 2 more show up right in my shop almost immediately, so I don't feel too bad about it. I saw this Urgot because it's gonna get us a 2-star Zac. Oh, no, it's not. No, I'm stupid. That was a bad decision. That made no sense. Kai'sa's gonna go in instead of our Kassadin. We're gonna get a lot more usage out of her. Her ult attacks everyone on the board. It's basically another Sunfire, especially if you manage to get a Morella Nomicon on her, which burns the entire team for a short while. Oh, and we managed to get 2-star Kai'sa really easily, as well as our second 2-star Cho'gath. So we're really close to being able to get him 3-star. Only need 1 more, and a 2-star Urgot in the shop. The only unit we're still missing as a 2-star is Mundo, but we can worry about him later. He's a 4-cost, so he'll be easy to get. And 5th carousel, I think the only thing here that's even useful is a 3rd socialite, giving us 30% healing for our Cho'gath for all the damage that he does. And I think at this point, he's actually our strongest damage dealer, even over Kog'Maw, because admittedly, these items on Kog'Maw are not very good. That large rod is doing literally nothing. But we do manage to get our 2-star Mundo, and we're really just rolling all of our money to try and get that 3-star Cho'gath. And I decided to remake our Kog'Maw. I do like the items on him, but he's not going to be our main carry, kind of deleting our chances of ever getting him 3-star. But getting that large rod off of him allows us to make a locket on Mundo, just giving extra takeness to him, Cho'gath, and anyone else we throw on the 2nd rank. So actually getting real value out of it. And Cho'gath is just unkillable, even against this Scion again. Kai'Sa also being able to do a lot of work. The extra health on her because of Bruiser and being able to move out of her way when she casts is really good. She stays alive for a lot longer and is able to just keep on attacking everybody that forgets that she's there. And this Arcanist guy is still really strong. He's got a Lux that's casting all the time and a pretty powerful Vex as well as their main tank. We don't lose here, but it is still a little bit intimidating. But look at that 14 win streak, baby. be. We're getting a consistent 11 money every turn, so we are still able to sustain this, constantly searching. I don't know how we haven't seen a third Cho'gath at this point, or a seventh Cho'gath at this point, but we finally land one and we were able to get a 3-star. I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have those 2 Nikos. We probably would have lost this game, but luckily we did, and now we have the biggest bug you've ever seen. He is so big. And this other Kog'maw is able to kill him, but Kai'sa just doesn't care. I think that was a really good pull, pulling her out. And at this point, we're kind of set on our comp. It's very unlikely we'll get any more 3-stars at this point. So I buy this Yone and try and save up my money to go level 9 and get Challenger. Other than Arcanist and Sniper, it's the only augment that can really add any damage to our board. And because Kai'sa kind of like is launching these huge attacks on everyone, she's the one I want to focus on over Kog'maw. And on the 6th carousel, we decided to grab this Guardian's Angel, and I throw it on Mundo. I'm not sure if that was the best decision, but I can't think of anyone who has a free spot that it would have been really better on, so why not? Why not? And we're still win streaking. Selling our Mundo and our Zax off the bench, we're able to get to level 9 and throw in that Yone. This weak, fragile Yone boy. Put him in the back. I actually don't know why. I don't think that actually does anything for us. And that's why he lives so long. It's because he's literally locked back there. Okay, I was wondering that while I was playing. And the big beetle gives us a Spear of Shojin. Again, I wasn't really sure who to throw it on, so I throw it on Kai'sa, just so that she's casting a little bit more often. But I'm pretty sure she casts instantly. And we're top 3 with a win streak of 18. And look how big our Cho is in comparison to this dude's Cho. It's an absolutely, like, it's a disgraceful Cho. It's a sad Cho. Get a real Cho, buddy. And we're able to knock him out, and we get into the top 2. And he's actually fighting our ghost and is able to win, which does not bode well. So I throw Yone up in the front line, and I try and move my Kog'Maw over here, trying to get some slide damage on that Vex. And this was actually a huge misplay. Lux targets the furthest unit from her, and that made our Kog'Maw actually the furthest unit from her. And our Cho gets left all alone, and he's taken out by the 3 Arcanists. Mainly this Vex, who's just impossible to kill. Vex's cast is so insane. Like, this shield, her health is squishy as heck, but her shield is impossible. So I throw Malzahar back over in the corner so that he's targeted by the Lux, and put most of our units on this line so they all get the locket bonus. And for the most part, it works. Cho actually takes out their Malzahar instantly, and the whole team kind of takes out that Vex early on, and we avoid taking our 2nd loss. So this is the first time I've ever been to the 7th carousel, and I would love to put that Morello's on Kai'sa, but I put that Shojin on her, which is okay. So I decided to grab this static Shiv. I'm pretty sure it's the most useful thing here, at least to us. So I throw that on our Urgot. He's still got Twin Shot, and I figure he's probably going to attack decently more than most of our other units. Our Zac and our Yone are going to die pretty easily, and it seems to be pretty much a success. Though I will say our Mundo coming back with that Guardian Angel is probably the thing that won us this game. I feel like the Lux, if it kept targeting the Cho, it would have been able to kill us. But no, it had to deal with our big Mutant boy. And that's how to play Mutant in set 6. And thank you guys so much for watching these videos. It's honestly insane. I only have 4 videos on my channel so far, and we're so close to hitting 100 subscribers. Yeah, it's honestly baffling. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the likes and the nice comments. You're all amazing. And yeah, y'all keep watching. I'm gonna keep making videos. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.